Hello everybody, this is Andreas Miche from Auction Market Analytics. Just wanted to do a review of the trades that I took this week. I haven't done a weekly analysis in English so far, but let's look into the trades anyway so you get an idea of the practical use of the supply-demand analysis for short-term income. The first trade actually I took last week, and this week I just added another position to it. That was the Euro Aussie dollar. Went into supply up here. What actually happened up there? If we look into the detail, bounced off, took out this demand over here, created new supply in here. Let's take this away, this one, and I just sold the pullback into this fresh supply. Market reacted nicely, built in another base, stalled for a while, and then went further down. Since the expectation is for the market to come down in here on the daily chart, let's go back to the daily chart, to touch this base, I looked at the 4-hour chart if there was an opportunity to put in a second position. Within this correction there was a rally base drop which left us with fresh supply, so I put in another position here, and now I'm waiting for this to conclude down here next week probably. All right, that's this one. Then there was a trade in the British pound. Let's look at the daily chart. What actually happened here? We went into secondary demand down here. Looking at the 1-hour chart, how did it react? Actually, you can see it much better on the 30-minute. That's also the time frame where it took the trade. We made a new low in this area of demand on the 14th, and you can tell from the tails how buyers came in all the time the market tried to push down. So that was quite a clear sign for the market to want to go up. So it broke supply above here, and I just had to put a limit order at demand down here. First target was the supply zone up here, so I did take out a little bit, and my expectation actually was for the market to go into this supply zone, which actually happened yesterday on Friday. So that was the target for the trade. I did not put in a short position here because this move came on news and I was busy doing other stuff. So anyway, next market was the Euro British pound. Let's look at the daily chart as well here. There is a supply zone above here which was tested once. We did some sort of corrective move to the downside. We didn't go into demand and retested it. That was an opportunity to look for a short again, but I had to be careful because we actually did make a higher high a couple days ago. So that means this trade was probably limited to just hit the next level of demand. When we look at the 1 hour chart, we broke demand, pulled back into fresh supply where I shorted this pair. I don't remember which time frame it was, either 1 hour, 2 hour, don't know, can't remember. Anyway, so the expectation was that we would probably hit this zone of demand, and that's actually what happened. So it was still a 3-to-1 trade, which was quite nice. Then there was a trade on the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar bounced off this drop-based drop pattern, which was the freshest supply zone on the daily chart. If you look into 1 hour, that was quite a violent rebound from that level. I managed to get in around this area and took it out yesterday. I did take another one in another Aussie pair. Apart from the fact that I was alerted a couple of days ago when we hit this supply zone on the daily chart, but there was no pattern for me to trade. Well, there was patterns, but nothing I particularly liked to place a trade. So I just waited, and what actually happened, we built this rally base drop, took out this small demand zone, and then yesterday morning we reached this fresh supply where I put in a trade. I actually took it from the 30-minute chart, and I'm still holding that position, expecting the market to get further down, maybe even go back to demand, who knows. Well, that's it. This week was, no, let me wait, there was I had a losing trade, and that was in crude oil. Let's look at that one quickly. All right, we had a violent move on that Iran event. So oil took out several levels of demand. Actually, this level was tested right down to its low. So I thought there's still a chance for it to reverse a little bit and maybe come up into the fresh supply zones. So going down to my favorite time frame, the 30-minute chart. Let me take this off. That was here. This was the low of the zone that I just showed on the daily chart. Let's go back daily. See, that was the low at that point. What did crude oil do at that point? It took out supply that was formed in this descending triangle, I want to call it, which was actually for me a sign that the market would slow down and there was a chance for it to recover. Anyway, we broke out of this triangle pattern, took out supply on the left and came back. I was waiting for the market to go back to this demand zone. Did not happen that day. I didn't leave in the order because I knew there was oil inventories coming out. Overnight we did actually hit the level, came back in the morning, my time, European. So I decided to put back the order and I got filled. Saw quite a nice reaction, bit more than 1-to-1. Market came back. On that day there was another release of numbers which put in this candle, so didn't worry too much. But then it dropped and took me out. I could have put my stop to break even, but I just stick to my rule that I have to have a minimum of 3-to-1 for my trades, and these trades usually work very well. The percentage of winning trades is impressively high, so no reason to touch. Well, my expectation then eventually played out. We just had to shake out everybody before we went up. Shit happens, as they say, right? So no big deal. Well, anyway, I hope you start to like this kind of trading. You understand the principles of supply and demand. If you want me to analyze particular markets, let me know in the comment section. Please subscribe to the channel, give it a like, so I keep on doing these videos. I will try to do a lot more in English. Well, hope to see you soon. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.